on. That's where we get them there lots of times. So, you know, we have bought them at the store too, but always look for them at the strawberry patches. And you can pick them yourself, or you can get there. I usually get them to pick them though, because, you know, it's a lot of work just picking strawberries.
Yeah, we had there was some Hispanic boys. This was back in the 1980s. They would come there and they could pick 100 gallons. We paid them $1 an hour. They made $100 in the morning coming there and picking my father's. Now he had nice berries and they were plentiful, and he would check behind them too and see if they was putting trash and stuff in there. They was doing all right, but back in the 80s, that was pretty good money for a 6-hour job.
Well, they get $100 a gallon.
No, they pick 100 buckets. You got paid $1 a bucket to pick them, and they would pick 100 buckets before noon.
Oh, one individual would?
Yes, sir. There was more than one that could do that when he was writing the best berries. You know, the best berries, the prettiest. Only thing that had to be done is slapped in that bucket.
Roger.
And like I said, even Daddy went behind them and checked to see they wasn't throwing slop in there. There was some good boys back then. We worked with them a long time.
Roger on that.
Their hero was Reagan, because Reagan signed that, Reagan signed that bipartisan deal in Congress about, I think that's the most they've done about immigrants and illegals coming here since the last thing they've done probably was when Reagan was in. Those Hispanic boys loved him.
Yeah, undocumented. I guess that's what they want us to call them now, undocumented. Anyhow, yeah, okay. Well, we know some strawberry patches around, and I don't know when they really start coming in, but I think it's sometime in April, ain't it?
Yeah, I'd start looking about the 20th of April, start looking, see if anybody's opening early, and then usually the first week, if it's a regular year, the first week of May is still big picking time, but it can happen in April, so if you want to keep your eye out where you're looking, you probably ought to start by then.
Roger. Yeah, I like blueberries. I like strawberries.
My father, I tell you, I've never seen a man like him. He would go out there to those strawberries. He would go out there first thing in the morning, sun come up, and he'd take a dog with him. He'd go out there and clean the strawberry and keep going. Then come up lunchtime, he'd lay his herd down. He'd come into the house and maybe sit around outside, take a nap. He'd take a nap in a straight chair and fall asleep outside, and people would ask him if he was drinking or something. That was funny. And then he wouldn't maybe go get a ball of pop or something. Then after supper, he'd go back out to that strawberry patch and peck out till he started seeing little pieces of light when he was hitting a rock with his hoe. So we saw that. He'd lay it down till the next day.
Yeah, we started seeing sparks, yeah.
I'm afraid to say I've seen sparks too, and they weren't pretty.
You hit that old quartz rock or flint rock, you see some sparks.
When I hit that hole on the side of a semi-quartz rock, I guess, or something, it's time to leave the field. I always love to hear when we in tobacco, we worked in the middle of the day then, because that was when he was younger. You know, when he was doing strawberries, he was already in his 60s. But we'd be out in the field in the afternoon, it'd be so hot, and I could hear it rumbling, thundering in the west, and I just keep my eye on it, just hope and hope, and come on over. He'd get close over, he said, let's go in. I love them kind of thunder clouds.
Oh, yeah, I remember back in the day, y'all get rain, and we never would get none through here. Of course, we didn't do any farming through here, except there's a few years we grew a lot of potatoes in some vacant lots around here in town, and we had, my gosh, at the potatoes we had. We grew Irish potatoes.
And we had potatoes too, and we usually had a big crop, and we'd already be free priming the back. It'd be like, you know, late October or something. Go out there and plow those taters up, and then go through them and pick them up, and then take them to our old log tobacco barn that we still got on our farm, and put all those potatoes in the middle of that tobacco barn, and put a bunch of old rugs on them. Just pile up old rugs on them, and you could go any time of the year. I hadn't seen it where we didn't have some taters we could use. There's some of them might be froze, but the further down, the better you covered it, the more taters you can have up to springtime.
Yeah, Roger. That's a lot of work digging up potatoes with a pickmatic.
Well, we had when I was there, we had the tractors, and he'd go through it with a little cub tractor, just like he going about 3-4 inches down, try to dig it up, and then had any other trouble, get a little bit bigger, go down a little further, but then get out there and throw them in and put them up.
Yeah, sometimes, I don't know when the sweet potatoes would come in. We'd take a ride up through the Southern foothills, and or up to the foothills, and we'd look for sweet potato. People would have a wagon loads full of sweet potatoes, and we'd buy them like that, man. Boy, them things were good. Them big old red sweet potatoes. You know, fresh dug up.
Dealing with setting sweet potatoes and everything, you know, you got, most people do that, they go by what you call slips, and you plant the slip, and it goes from there.
Oh, yeah, we used to grow them, too, at one time. We rented a big old, I guess it's like, maybe an acre lot, and about an acre, and plant them in sweet potatoes. My gosh, we really had the sweet potatoes that year. We had so many, you know, we stored them on the north side in the shade to keep them cool, so we'd have them to eat on. We keep the dirt on them, they'd keep a whole lot longer. I'll be getting some Irish taters from the tobacco barn. I'd go down there and throw them back, and they'd be the eyes starting to pop out on them. You know, they ain't that warm. That warmth that comes out of the ground, if you cover it up something a little bit, that just kept those potatoes there all winter long, just right. Roger. A lot of people don't know about them farming practices, do they? And it's like that movie, it was on yesterday, and it's gone with the wind, and people will never live like that again, and it's just a fading memory for people like me. Yeah, they say the Mississippi's drying up. I saw a thing on TV tonight talking about the Mississippi. And not only they say it's drying up, you know, I don't guess it's raining like it used to be, but it seemed like as much rain that's come across this year, the Mississippi is in pretty good shape.
A lot of the stuff that's come here has went over it. That's right. Maybe it's been drying on up toward the Minnesota or South Dakota or something. Not filling up like it should be.
Yeah, up in the upper part, yeah, and even the Wabash, I think the old Wabash out of Illinois comes into the Mississippi too, don't it, and Lake Michigan.
I think it travels to the west. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does.
Like Michigan's on the other side of the Illinois, on the east side. The Mississippi River comes down the west side of Illinois.
Well, if Wabash is in Indiana, it just has to go through Illinois. Does Wabash flow into the Mississippi?
I didn't have my volume turned up. I can't reach it from here.
Does the Wabash down in Illinois, Craig, does it make it into the Mississippi?
No, the Wabash flows into the Ohio River at Mount Vernon, Indiana. Mount Vernon, Indiana.
Then it goes to Mississippi, though. It's right, though. It eventually ends there.
Roger.
The Mississippi River at Cairo, Illinois. Over.
Roger.
I went up on the side of the mountain Saturday, just going around and looked at that sign that shows the Continental Divide. I know it's much more pretty and stated out west than it is here. I've never seen it live out west, but I try to I've always quizzed my kids when we go by that. I'd always bring that up to them so they would understand that water just don't happen and it just decided to flow in a certain place yesterday, you know?
Oh, yeah, water finds its own level.
And it has three phases, and it can get messed up in any of those phases. Can't you hear me, Johnny? Come on in here. Hey, Johnny. He's messing with me again, Keith. You know he can hear me.
I don't know. He could have that volume turned down watching a Western or something.
I just want him to get back on, see. Yeah, I guess I'm the youngest guy that's still around here that grew up here that knew how to get up and milk the cow. We didn't churn butter by then, but got ready for school and then come home and worked on it again, mostly in tobacco. But we had everything. We had the wheat, corn, cattle, pasture, tobacco farm, and then garden. Yeah, it was a whole 9 yards back then.
It was always something that needed to be done.
Hey, Rick, you still out there?
Rick may be eating his naps.
It might be good that they having shrinkflation on y'all's nabs. It might be making your tan line grow longer, you reckon?
Yeah, it'd probably be healthier. Won't be cheaper, but be healthier, probably not eating so much. I don't think they're all that healthy for you, but they are pretty good little snack at times with a little peanut butter on them, you know. They don't put much peanut butter on them. But it seems like the naps there. Sometimes it's a comfort food for the stomach, you know, because of the cracker part in it.
Yeah, that's true. And for older people, though, they ought to have, somebody already should have licked that salt off, because we don't need that.
Yeah, some of them, they put quite a bit of salt on them, some of them they don't. The top that me and Johnny gets most of the time is the Austin naps. And they don't really overdo the sodium. They really don't. And you got to have a little salt on there. But now they got low sodium saltines too. And that's what we normally buy here, the low sodium saltines. We don't buy them sodium free, just the low sodium type, because a cracker wouldn't be a cracker if it didn't have a little salt on it.
Yeah, my aunt, it was my father's brother's wife, so she wasn't my blood aunt, but aunt I married. I'd go over and she had a daughter about my age. When we was kids, we'd play together and do things together. I'd go over to there. My aunt would fix me peanut butter and crackers and milk, and I hadn't had much pop then, because we don't have pop on Saturday nights when I was a kid. But I knew that peanut butter, crackers and peanut butter are supposed to go with pop. I mean, I can't, the milk that part ain't in me.
Yeah, milk goes better with certain things than pop does, and pop goes better with certain things better than milk. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Certain cookies now, there's some cookies out there that's getting cereal that goes real good with milk.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking about that aunt, though, Keith. She passed away last week. She'd been in a nursing home a long time, and she's the same age as my mother. She's 87. So that was, I just a little bit of reminiscing about her sometimes sitting around, you know. My daddy and my uncle, they swapped prime backers. That meant one would help the other one. One would help the other one on their prime days. You know, all our prime days would be between my uncle and my father. And I'd go over there when I was working at my uncle's, and then his 3 girls, or 2 girls that was old enough, would come over and help us. And that was the semi-partnership going up. And then, you know, we tried to eat as much off the land as we could, like they have been for thousands of years.
You're on that. There's nothing wrong with that. This is what gets me, man. I love corn. I love corn on the cob, but yet they say corn is really bad for you. Ain't that awful? But that's probably one of the best tasting foods there is, corn on the cob with a little butter and salt on it.
I don't know if I'd say that was not good for you. I mean, I know it, and you know what I mean, when it's not, doesn't seem like some of it's completely digestible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know it looks like it comes out the same way it goes in if you don't chew it up real good. But it tastes so daggone good. Man, you roast it, you can just leave the shuck on it and roast it in a fire, boy, and I tell you, it comes out good like that with a little butter and salt on it.
What you talking about? When I was a kid, and I was a bigger kid, my brother was big, and we would, when roast deers would come in, we'd put in an order, let's see, 12, 24. We put in they would boil about 32 ears of corn from just me and my brother and my father. I don't know if my mother liked it. She might have done boiled an ear or 2 or something,